Oh, Ingrid, right?
Yes,
Cool. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Hey, have we met before?
I did interview the Zolas before.
Was it for Permanent Rain Press?
Good memory, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's so
yeah. It
funny.
was I do remember you. That was actually it's really funny because that was my first interview when I was in the band.
No way. And here we are
And this
again.
is my first interview as a solo artist. So you're always like my first.
I'll get you next time too. Don't worry.
Yeah, my next experimental like noise project.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's talk about this current project. What made
Mhm.
you want to start this project?
Um, Nothing made me want to do it. It was actually I was forced to do it. No, it was because of the pandemic, to be honest. It was like right when that hit. Um, everyone was isolating from everyone. I wasn't hanging out with the guys, and I was like at home. I was on Serb, so I wasn't working. I was just like at home the whole time. So there was like this real lack of purpose, which I'm sure a lot of people felt like at the very beginning. There was like this anxiety, kind of this Armageddon feeling. And I was just, yeah, I just wanted to keep making music. So I was demoing a lot and yeah, I just started making some tunes and I'm like, this sounds pretty cool. So I released them and I'm like, I guess I'll just call it something. So I just called it Dwught and it's all history from there.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit because I know you're in the Zolas as well.
Mhm.
And like, how did you find the transition from being like in a band to fronting a band?
um, yeah, it's that's a really tricky question because this project, it's like I've done so much with it. Like I've written so many songs and I've been like, had my hands on production and stuff, but I haven't really fronted it yet, because shows aren't open. So it's like it kind of feels like um it's like a secret project that I'm just releasing music and it doesn't really actually exist as a real project yet because like shows don't exist. But I've fronted stuff before and I've played like solo stuff, periodically. Um, but I guess it's just different because it's, you know, I don't I have to be a little more vulnerable than, being a bass player. Being a bass player is great because you get to hide behind everyone and you get to like move around when you feel comfortable. But I guess the difference is when you're fronting a band, you have to kind of just like you're all in all of the time. Like I guess when you're not feeling it or if you're feeling like apprehensive or shy on stage, you just gotta work through it. Like as a bass player, you're playing and if I'm just kind of like not into it, I'll just like turn my back and just like groove to the drummer and ignore the audience for a minute until I get that like universal rush of energy again. But yeah, it's a lot different than, staring at people in the eye and singing your own tunes, that's for sure.
So I know you recently did the it's like Light Organ Records and Comedy Here Often did that live stream for Records for a
Yeah.
Day. Was that your first performance for the band then?
Yeah, that's my first performance as to why. Yeah. Yeah, that was the very first. That was a lot of fun. That was really cool to watch because I got to see it after it was done or whatever, like when they were getting it ready. And it was so cool just hearing someone announce your name for the first time. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, Dwight. I'm like, oh, it's real. Like it's happening. It's cool. It was really cool. Like I said, especially like nowadays where no one's playing live music. That was the closest thing I got to play live music in months. So it was really cool. Even though it was in a room full of people wearing masks and everyone's like sanitizing their hands the whole time, it was still felt like a show kind of. So that was pretty sweet.
Awesome. And yeah, I know you had a couple of guys with you as well. Is that going to be your band from here on out?
I think the drummer it's the same drummer as the drummer in the Zolas. And we've been playing music together since we were like 15. And we've kind of always managed to be in each other's bands. So I assume I haven't really officially asked him to always play with me, but it's kind of like an unsaid thing. He's just always going to be in every band I'm in, vice versa. As far as the other guys, if they're not too busy doing other stuff, once everything opens up, I'd love to have them. I think they're very talented. And but yeah, as far as this band, like there's quite a bit of an electronic experimental side to it. So I will need like someone playing keys and like, synthesizers and shit like that. And it's definitely not like an all boys group either. I'd love to have a girl in the band. It's not a boys club. So yeah, I guess like it's unknown really, but yeah, I think it'll expand.
Awesome. I know you played a new song called Balance, so I want to ask a little bit about that. Like, what's the
Okay.
song about, and what inspired the song?
Okay, what's the song about? Okay, that's really funny. Yeah, that song is about imagery mostly. It's not really about one thing, but it is the kind of the imagery in the song is about me being kind of fucked up on the streets of Vancouver. It's never happened before. And just kind of like this imagery of just me kind of losing myself and losing my sanity on the streets and being in cabs and just kind of like, yeah, just completely just going out of my mind, which, has happened. And I'm kind of obsessed with this person I become, or this person I want to become when I, take too much alcohol or whatever. It's like you're trying to escape who you are. I think a lot of people do that. Like you have that need to drink, or because you don't want to feel like the person you are inside your body. You kind of want to experience what would it be like if I was all crazy, so that's kind of why we gravitate towards substances. So I'm kind of obsessed about singing about myself as if I'm a different person, and like, what was that guy doing, that kind of thing. And the song is about just like, we just need balance in our life, essentially, you know.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that story. So speaking of the song, I know you just performed it live, but you said you're gonna do a studio version of the song. Do you know about when, or are you writing it now or anything? Like,
That one, yeah. So I'm releasing an EP and it's going to be called Mild Fantasy Violence. And that's getting released in September. And half of it's already recorded. And yeah, that song has already been recorded actually. And it sounds great.
awesome.
Yeah.
What else can we expect from the EP?
Um, you're going to expect some tunes that are kind of like this, something really 90s about it. Kind of like there's a lot of like it kind of like it's like my three B's, I guess, is like Blur, Bowie, and Bjork. I'm
Cool.
always trying to like float in a world of those three, the three B's. So you'll expect something like a combination of that, like that kind of feeling.
Awesome. Yeah, that's quite the combo. So I'm excited. Yeah, I know. I was trying to find your song Porno, so I want to ask about it because it's not on your Spotify. So I'm wondering if
Yeah,
that's going to be on the EP or that's completely
yeah,
separate.
porno. I have it in my head. Porno is going to be the second track.
Okay.
Yeah, so porno is going to be on it. Yeah, so that was on my Spotify, and just for political label reasons, I had to take it down until the EP is released. But I will be releasing another song, that my first song I ever recorded. I had to take that down as well. It's called Summer Shut Down. And I'll just like re-release it just as its own little single, probably in the next month. It won't be on the record because I don't really want to be reminded of COVID, because it's like, it's a
Fair.
song
Yeah.
about how like, it was pretty much a year ago today. I was just thinking about what's my summer going to be like. And the rest of the record's cool because it's kind of like me going through this separation from the world, like everyone else was, and relating it to the separation I felt as a kid and the separation I feel about the future. And I felt like Summer Shut Down, that song was too much about just like, woe is me. Like, what am I going to do this summer? Whereas this summer is looking a lot more optimistic, isn't it? Like,
I hope so. Yeah.
I think things are starting to open up. So I think it would be kind of like, it'd be a little too cheeky to, or it wouldn't make sense to release it, I think, on the
That's
EP.
Yeah, that's fair. It's your call,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess it is my call. Yeah. Thanks for
Uh,
reminding me.
so I know you had your music video for Freakin' Out. So I want to ask what freaks you out?
What freaks me out?
Yeah,
This being
fair.
interviewed. Yeah.
I get scared interviewing people if it makes you feel better.
Yeah. Well, you should do one thing a day that scares you, that freaks you out. So it keeps you alive.
Your truth.
Um, I guess just the short answer is what that song is about is just the earth, kind of the state it's in freaks me out. So I guess that's my answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
How do you find balance? Because you're a pretty busy guy.
I am
Zolas are
busy.
coming out with new stuff. You got new stuff. Yeah.
No, it's crazy. Well, ask my partner how she finds balance with me doing all of this stuff. Like that's the real question. She's my glue, man. She's my rock. I don't know. It's just, you know, I cut out alcohol completely from my life, and it's been like 9 months, and I've just had a tremendous amount of energy and just been able to like, I don't know, just do more stuff. So I think that really helped. And it's just when things are exciting and you're releasing new stuff, it just it's crazy and it's hectic, but you just do it because it feels really good and there's just lots of positivity coming from it. There are moments at night, especially I just have to be like, I'm putting this thing down. Like I can't look at my phone. I can't check to see how many like new followers I'm getting. And like I'm gonna play Lego with my kids and try to do that, but as far as finding balance, yeah, it has a lot to do with my partner. Like I said, she holds everything down.
That's sweet. Awesome. I love that. I know you recently moved to Maple Ridge, so I thought maybe give some shout outs to some fun Maple Ridge places.
Yeah, the 701 bus. Woo! Some fun Maple Ridge places. Well, I grew up here, and then I moved to the city for 7 years, and now I'm back for the first time in like a decade. So it's weird because everything's bigger, and lots of it's the same, but a lot of it's just expanded, and I don't really know a lot of the stores. So if I were to give anyone a shout out, I don't really know who to shout out, and it's not that I don't really like my town. Maybe the mall, because they've got a big thing set up where people are getting vaccinated. So I'll just shout that out.
Awesome. And my last question is what's next for you?
The EP in September, it's titled Mild Fantasy Violence. That's really the biggest thing. And then I think I'll be releasing another single off of it and doing another music video. And I can't talk too much about it, but there may be a tour in the works.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
all I can really say. Yeah, for this other band I play in. So yeah, and it's really great because bands are booking tours, and we're seeing that so much, just all these new tour dates, and it's happening. And we're starting to talk to our label about that and getting some, thinking about some shows. So that's kind of hopefully in the next several months, it'll be concrete.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Who would you go see? Like, who's your first show back?
I don't know. I really want to see a local band. I think that's going to be the easiest. So
Yeah.
yeah, if the Zolas play, if
Yeah.
Dwught, I'll go see Dwught.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like maybe we should just play outside really in the summer. We should just like
That's
go
probably
to
the
a park.
easiest thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I will let you go, but thank
Okay.
you so much for chatting with me.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ingrid. It was another first. So that's great. That's amazing.
Cool.
Awesome. All
All
right. Well,
right.
have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.